Hi, hello, my name is Savannah, and I'm so excited to bring to you the Arid Animal Pack that actually releases tomorrow. And as always, I owe a big thank you to Frontier for offering a key and allowing me to take a look at this a little bit early so that I can share it with you. In today's video, we're going to be looking at all 8 brand new animals and some very minor amounts of scenery that are added with this pack. And if you get your hands on it tomorrow and pick it up, this is what you can expect. So starting off, just to take a look at some very new things, very minimal new things, I should say, we have some signs, and I'm so excited that Frontier has brought each of these animals in this style of sign. I would love for every animal to have this style of sign so that we can make it cohesive throughout our zoos as far as style goes. This also is just my favorite style, like art style for signs anyway, but you can see we have one for each of the new animals except for the viper, and we actually got 2 of the Dama gazelle here. We also got a little statue here of our camel. And then back here, these plants are not new, but I did notice, thanks to my good friend Leaf for pointing it out for me. He always has my back letting me know things that I missed in these packs, but this is a dry version. This bush is called, what is it called? I forget. Nitaria retusa bush. Wow, that was probably a butcher of the name, but that's what it's called. And now we have a dry version. There you go. It's a plant and it's dead looking. That's what we get. So that came with the pack, and that's about it. All I was able to find as far as scenery goes. Jumping into the animals, let's take a look at our exhibit animal first. Let's find one. I think there's one, down in, not in the ground, in this little tunnel. We have the new reptile, the horned, what is this? The horned viper? Is that what it is? The desert horned viper. It looks great. Now, it is just an exhibit animal, so what you're seeing is kind of what you can expect it to do. We've got a few of them. This one's kind of buried in the sand, which is fun, but they're kind of just sprinkled around in this exhibit. Their exhibit really doesn't have too much to it. Very typical desert exhibit with some hidey places. There's another one in the burrow over here. So I don't have too much to say about that one. This is the exhibit with all of the different enrichment things added, like the Heidi's, the plant coverage, leaf debris, whatever they call it, and then the heat lamps. So there you go. There's the viper. Now on to the meat and potatoes of the pack, the actual habitat animals. First up, we have the Dama gazelle. This is what the education sign looks like. I've got males and females and a baby in here to take a look at. These guys are so pretty, and I really only found, what was it, like 2 different colorations. So this one's white coat with orange and neck. White coat. I thought there was a brown one. Was that this one? Nope, that was orange. I thought there was an orange neck or a brown neck one. Red neck. There you go. So very slight color differences is basically my only point. I wasn't able to find any mutations, no albino, leucistic, melanistic with these ones. But I think they look great in game. They have great detail on their horns. Males and females do look exactly the same. Something I got wrong in the screenshot reveal. So males, females look the same. And then it is the babies that look different. If we can click on the little baby here. So cute! With a little teeny tiny horn sticking out of its head. It's absolutely adorable. So another species to kind of round out your hoofstock enclosures, add a little bit more variety there. Let's take a look at their Zoopedia real quick just to show you what that's all about. We've got some information here, critically endangered. Here's their habitat and their space requirements for increasing amounts of Dama gazelle. Then we have their information here, 3 to 20 individuals in a group with only 1 male. They are going to be shy, so worrying about things like stress in a franchise mode is probably going to be an issue, but there's the rest of the information. And then as far as interspecies enrichment goes, we have the addax, the dromedary camel, and the scimitar horned orcs. So these two obviously also coming in the arid animal pack, and then this one already in the game if you have the pack that one comes with, which I am blanking on right now, but scimitar horned orcs. There you go. So that's a little bit about our Damagazelle. I am going to move through these fairly quickly just because I don't want the video to be a whole hour long. Moving on to the addax. Check this one out. I actually really like this one, probably over the Damagazelle. Look at the little baby here. I just think it has such a unique pattern, unique look to it with these twisty, curvy, turny horns and this forehead patch on it. I think it looks so good. We have just a couple different coat patterns. We have pale coat here. This one is white coat, so just going to be different shades. What are you? Pale coat. I thought there was more than just two, but maybe not. No, it looks like just white and pale is what I have so far. There definitely could be more, but you can see just very slight, subtle differences, like barely even noticeable. This one just is a little bit lighter in the neck, with this one having a little bit more tan around the neck and the back area. But look how good they look. Take a look at their Zoopedia real quick. Going to here. Information about them. They are critically endangered as well. Here is their natural habitat in Africa and their space requirements for, increasing amounts, bigger and bigger herds here. They only need space. They don't need any climbing or any water or anything like that to swim in. Here's their species data. They can have up to one male, again, just like the Damagazelle, but a group a little bit smaller of 2 to 25. And then their interspecies enrichment is pretty much the same, except for instead of the scimitar horned orcs, we have the Somali wild ass and the common ostrich. So they have just a few species that they would get an interspecies enrichment bonus for. So you can make some pretty cool mixed habitats with this one. So there is our addax. All of the enrichment for them was pretty much the same. I can kind of show you if I can get it up here real quickly. There's not anything new, but some of the main, same hoofstock kind of stuff that we've been seeing with other animals as well. That's the exact same for the Damagazelle. They use pretty much all of this stuff. If we go to the Damagazelle, we can look. There we go. Great. Use pretty much all the same stuff as many of the other hoofstock species do. So nothing too new there. That's what their education sign looks like there for the education monitor. We should play so the animals are walking around. Moving on to the next one, which is some people's favorite. I know, this is the black rhino. Oh, you got a huge gash in your butt there, buddy. And we have a little baby taking a nap. I made sure that each of the animals had babies so that I was able to show them off. But look at how adorably cute the little baby rhino is. It's adorable. I kind of want you to get up so we can show you off a little better, but for right now, he's just taking a nap. Mom and Dad, was I able to find, oh yeah, that's right. So there's light gray and then gray. I wasn't able to find anything else as far as the color patterns go. We can take a look real quick one more time and see. I was hoping for like a dark gray. So we'll send that one to the zoo. So I was assuming that it was going to be pretty much the same as like the elephant, where it has like a gray, a light gray, and a dark gray. We'll speed it up and see if this one gets added to the enclosure very soon. But just really subtle differences. If we bring this guy over into the light, we can see them kind of all together. Here, let's actually move them here and here. And grab the third one here and bring you guys all into the sunshine. There we go. Make it nice and bright. And, we're inside one another, but you guys, you get the point here. We have, this one clearly is the dark gray one, right? Let's see. Dark gray, and then we have gray skin, and then this one is light gray skin. So just some very subtle subtle changes. The dark gray looks great, I think. But then I love that there's obviously different variants to the colorations. Can baby get up and walk around? Because I really want to see baby up and walking around. There we go, little guy, with your little stubbies of a horn that haven't grown quite yet. It's so cute. So there he is in all his cuteness. I think the model looks great. I think people were saying that it was too dark. Is that right? I think maybe we were looking at the dark gray, because definitely the light gray does not look too dark to me. But let me know what you think. You can see, obviously, here we've got very, very light coloration with just some darkness on the extremities, like on the horns here, on the legs, back of the ears, a little bit darker, but the main overall body is pretty light. And we got wrinkles on wrinkles on wrinkles. So many wrinkles on his face, which is great. Got that little pointed lip, which is awesome. And we got a little bit of a detail of movement in that lip, which I think is absolutely phenomenal. As they're kind of walking around, they just kind of move or twitch. Can I have you twitch that little lip just a little bit? Yeah, see, look, sticks it out. I think it's awesome. It's such a little detail. The quality is definitely there with all of these animals. So there's our black rhino, what our education looks like there. Take a look at the Zoopedia. Going here, critically endangered again. That's our third critically endangered animal with the pack. We have a range of Africa, and then they do need quite a bit of space. Obviously, the habitat that I have them in right now is way too small. But we have 1,000 meters squared there for one, and then it goes up drastically by 500 meters squared every time you add another individual. So lots and lots of space for the black rhino. Not sure how easy that one's going to be to build for in franchise mode, but we'll have to see. We can have a group of 1 to 3 with 1 male and 2 females. They're confident with humans. Here's the rest of their information if you want to pause it. Take a look at that. I'm going to take a drink of water. I've been really, really trying hard to drink way more water recently. As a sidebar, I've been terrible. So I have my water bottle next to me, and I'm going to try to remember to drink things. Interspecies enrichment, there is none, so these guys want to live on their own. They're pretty solitary as well, even amongst each other, so usually I think facilities house individuals separately and then they come together for breeding. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what I remember reading about. Next up, we have our porcupine. I'm so excited about this one, and I have to show off. Oh, hold on. Wait, let me catch them. Look at how they sleep. How cute is that? They sleep on their bellies with their feet stretched out backwards. It's the best thing ever. I'm so excited about the porcupine. I obviously put in an albino here. I actually have 2 of them. There is an albino version, and that's basically it. If I click on the rest of these guys and we go to their genetics, you can see it's black. Look at its toes. It's my favorite part of the porcupine. Black fur and black and white striped quills is pretty much the same for all of them. And in my I'll be honest, my real quick looking, I really didn't find anything different other than just those patterns. And then, did my baby porcupine grow up? I swear I had a baby porcupine in here. I don't see it. Please hold. There we go. Now we have a baby. I took too long talking about all the other animals, and it matured. It grew up. So here's our little baby porcupine. I think they only have 1 at a time. At least the last couple that I've had born only had 1 at a time. But take a look at how cool their quills look. The design is just wonderful, in my opinion, with their little mohawks. The quills operate much like the hyena that we got, the striped hyena, right? That had the hair on its back. So they are in individual little panels, not individual little quills, but they do separate, and see how they can kind of raise and lower them. So I think that's absolutely phenomenal. It looks great when they walk around because they kind of sway with the body. I just think Frontier's done a wonderful job at this, but we have so many quills. Quilly little tail, you can see they lower them like that and then they raise them up. Now I really haven't been watching too long and I really haven't seen any of them fight each other because it's sandbox and I have a lot of the settings off. So I haven't seen if they like really raise these, like raise them this way right above their heads and kind of splay them all out like they would in the wild. If they were threatened or fighting or anything like that. But I'll have to test that further when we get to the species breakdown of these guys, because their name starts with African crested porcupine. So as soon as I'm done with the African wild dog, these guys are probably next. But then look at how good the albino looks. Oh, I love it so much. You know me. I love when there are different color morphs and things added into the game. I was bummed that there's not more because only the porcupine and the dromedary camel have some. But that's okay, at least we got some. Looking at their enrichment, again, there's no new enrichment for these guys. Let me see, species, African crested porcupine. So it's gonna be a lot of the same stuff that you're familiar with for smaller animals like this. They can use a lot of the stuff like that capybaras can. So nothing too exciting and too new, but here's all the enrichment that they can use. I think I showed you their education sign already, and let's take a look at their Zoopedia real quick. So here is their front page. First animal that's not critically endangered so far. Least concern is what they're listed as. Obviously from Africa, as they are called the African crested porcupine. Here is their space requirements as we go up. Doesn't increase too much, so I'm going to be a smaller habitat animal that you can fit into the nooks and crannies of your zoo. Species data here. 1 to 6 individuals, and they can be split pretty evenly, 5 males and 5 females. They're confident around humans, and then for interspecies enrichment, they have none, so they're going to want to live all by themselves and not have anybody else with them. So there is our porcupine friend. They're so cute. I'm so excited about them. Between these guys and maybe the sand cat, I don't know. These guys are probably my favorite from the pack. I'm just so excited to finally have a porcupine in the game. All right, moving on to way too many camels, but the reason that there's so many in here and they're so loud, I'm sure you can hear them already. There's so many color variants for the dromedary camel. Here's their education sign, and if we go on in here, you can see I have 2, let's pause this so I can actually click on and separate out some individuals. We have 2 piebald versions. These 2 have the same piebald pattern, but 2 different like base colors. So this one a little bit more like ashy in color and this one a little bit more orange red in color. So same pattern, just 2 different colors there. So that's our piebald with the beautiful blue eyes. It looks great. Then we have a whole slew. So brown coat here, tan coat, sandy coat. Here's our leucistic one. Let's get rid of this tree because it's right in my way. Leucistic one there. So again, with the beautiful blue eyes, all white coat. We have a melanistic one here. Obviously, because it's very, very dark. Let's go back to the coloration. Melanistic has a black coat. This one here is a golden coat. And I think that's all of them. Sandy coat, tan coat. Yeah. They have so many color variants. And I love it. I absolutely love when they have so many variants here. We can unpause it again and let them walk around. But they're so loud. I don't know if you can hear them already, just making their grunting noises as they walk around. Here, I'll stop talking for just a second and see if you can hear them. They're constantly making those little grunting noises. But I think the model looks great. They're a little bit more smooth coated. I think I said this in the screenshot reveal. I'm used to seeing camels like when they're shedding out and they're all shaggy and not so like perfect and pristine in their coats, but still think they look great. Dromedary camel was a fan favorite and a highly requested animal Look at them all running around, man. And they breed like crazy. They've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 babies in the small amount of time that I've had this zoo open and filming this. So prepare yourself for many, many, many camels. Many camels. Let's take a look at their Zoopedia real quick. A domesticated animal. So our new classification, I guess there. Natural habitat here, Africa and Asia. Here are their space requirements. I clearly do not have them in a big enough habitat, but don't take too much space, so that's good. Here's their species data, 2 to 13 individuals, preferably with only 1 male, up to 12 females. They are confident around humans, so hopefully no issues with stress. I do believe, yeah, they're going to have interspecies enrichment with many of the other animals that we already looked at, scimitar horned orcs, as well as the reticulated giraffe. It was interesting to me, the Bactrian camel is not on here, so I don't know if in real life are they not meant to live in the same exhibits together. I was completely expecting the Bactrian camel to be on here, but it's not. So let me know what you think about that down in the comments, if you think that's realistic or if that was a mistake on Frontier's part, because I was a little confused by that. As far as enrichment goes, and I don't think I actually showed you the black rhino enrichment either, but species, and we go to, God, they're so loud. All I can hear is their little grunts and stuff. What you would typically expect for an animal like this, nothing new, nothing exciting. And then very quickly before we move on, because I do think I forgot, there's the black rhino stuff. Same as our other rhino species. Nothing new, nothing exciting. Moving on to second to last, we have the Somali wild ass. I love this one. The model looks so good. Here's our education sign there. We have baby ones running around in here. We have some slight variance in skin color. Like this is light gray, that one's gray, that one's dark gray. So similar to the rhino where we just have different varying shades of gray. But look at how cute the foals look with their little stripy legs and their little mohawks. Oh, they look so good. I love them. I love them so much. I'm so excited that they've been added because they're such a wonderful zoo animal. So I think their model looks great. Obviously very similar to the Przewalski's wild horse, probably a tweak of the model that they already had in the game. But I think they look great. So there are those guys. I don't have too much to say about these guys because they're just another horse species, but I'm so excited to have them in the game. Taking a look at their Zoopedia real quick. We're back to critically endangered. So there are a lot of critically endangered animals in this arid animal pack, which I think is great. Natural habitat's going to be this very small portion of the world there. And then here is their space requirements. Going up as you add individuals. They don't need too much space, but once you get a bunch of them, the space gets much larger. Species data, 1 to 7 individuals, excluding juveniles for all of these as well. 3 males, 5 females. They are confident. The rest of their data, if you want to pause and take a look at it if you're interested. And their interspecies enrichment is going to be the addax, the common ostrich, and the dromedary camel, kind of the usual suspects that we've been looking at thus far. They do use the piano. I've caught that one on recording, and I have a few shorts, reels, TikToks, whatever the heck you want to call them, coming out for a few of the different animations of the new animals. So keep an eye out on the channel for those. Look at him trot around. Look at him go. He's just a happy guy. Oh, we're gonna see a scratch. I don't actually have this one. So are you gonna scratch? You gonna show us how you scratch? Yeah? There we go. Gonna get a nice scratch on the rubbing pillar. Now, gotta get that midsection. Don't forget your butt. No butt scratches. There you go. There's the scratching animation for the Somali wild ass. Beautiful. I love it. Love it. Enrichment's going to be basically all the same things as the Przewalski's wild horse. If we go to all the way down to S, where we go to Somali. Where is it? Why am I... Aha! So blind. There we go. All the same stuff for Przewalski's Wild Horse. So, again, usual suspects, nothing too new and interesting. Oh, we're gonna scratch again! They love the scratching pillar. Look at that, scratch that shoulder. Beautiful, I love it. All right, and last but not least, one of my favorites is the sand cat. And here's their little education sign for ya. They're adorable. So I saw, oh, we're gonna get a box animation. Let's check out what they do. I saw a bunch of comments when the screenshot came out that their face is funny looking and things like that. Sandcats naturally have like low set ears, and they've always looked to me like they have squished faces that are just like longer and horizontal than other cat species. So to me, I was not shocked at all seeing this model because they look pretty much like I was thinking they were gonna look like. They are funny looking little cats. So I'm totally excited about how they look in the game, and the models look great, I think. I did have some babies in here, but did we actually have everyone grow up? No. Here's our babies. Can you come over in the sun? That would be fantastic to show you off just a little bit better. Let's see. You can hear them making noises. There's our little baby. They're so cute. You're walking so fast. But there's our little baby sand cat. You can clearly tell a little bit of differences in their coat pattern, where that one is golden fur. This one, I think, sandy fur. That one's sandy fur again. And was that the only two that I was able to find? Was there a tan fur? There might have just been sandy and golden, I think. So very small amount of variation for your exhibits. That one's sandy, yeah. Very small amount of variation. No leucistic, no albino, no melanistic, which is such a bummer, but still very cute nonetheless. We're gonna get a little drink, as we're floating above the rock. I think they look so good. They're so cute. The noises that they're making, that is them, right? Yeah, it has to be. It sounds almost like a dog. Can you hear it? It's not happening right now. Let them walk around. Okay, well now they're not going to do it again. Anyway, that's it. That's all of our animals. Oh, Zoopedia. I'm so sorry. Zoopedia and enrichment for the sand cat. Here we go. Least concern. Only our second least concern of the pack. Here's our range, which is pretty typical of all the other animals. Very small space requirements for them. Species data, we have 1 to 2, so only going to have a pair. So really, ideally, we're not going to ever get up to that much. But about 264 meters squared, which is not very much space, which is great. So they really don't need big habitats. They are shy around humans, so stress in franchise mode is probably going to be an issue. But there is all the rest of their information, and species enrichment is none. So going to live on their own by themselves. And that's the sand cat. Are you going to hang out with this box again? No, you're just coming over to look at it? Okay, great. Awesome. Well, you guys, that's it. That's all 8 animals, all in a line of the new Arid Animal Pack that comes out tomorrow. As always, let me know your thoughts, feedback, comments, all of that in the comment section below. Leave a like, hit the subscribe button. I'm working on a few speed builds that should be out on the channel very, very soon, as well as a new Mesa Gardens Zoo episode that I'm very excited about. So, thank you so much for watching. I will talk at you in the next video. Bye!